Real quick, want to go over a stretch for your hip flexor. Your hip flexor is basically going to be the muscle, the top of your leg that kind of helps bring this up, whether it's straight or bent. So this gets tight on a lot of people from sitting throughout the day. So the way that we want to stretch it is we want to get in a kneeling position. I reach 1 foot forward. I want to try to inch my toes forward enough to where I'm looking straight over this leg and I can see my toes past my knee. From this position, I want to make sure I'm stretching the leg that's back is the one I'm stretching. I want to make sure to let this muscle get a good stretch. I need to make this muscle tight and work, because if this muscle's tight and work, the opposite can get the best stretch. So one of the ways to do that is I can make sure and kind of give it a little encouragement that it tightens up here. So I can also reach this hand up to get a better stretch. So if I reach around with the opposite hand, make sure that I'm keeping my glute tight and I can get that good stretch here. I can slightly push forward to get a better stretch, but I don't want to overdo it, because if you see here in this position, now I kind of got my back in a wonky position. I want to make sure this is one straight column as I'm stretching. Of course, we want to do both sides. I want to make sure nothing hurts on this knee, so if you need to, you can put a yoga mat behind it. If this is easy, then we can get to where we elevate this back foot. Maybe you can elevate it on a bar, or you can even just push it up against the wall. Push it up against the wall, it'll look like this, something like that. But we don't want to take away from the stretch. If you go to do this and all of a sudden now you have pain in your knee, we don't want to do it, we want to go back to the other. Or if you do this and it just ends up being a weird balancing act, that's not the point. The point is to get a good stretch on your hip flexor. So do the one that makes sense. If you're doing it before activity because you're really tight, I only like to stick with 10, maybe 20 seconds max. If you're doing it after a workout or just a stretching session, then I like to do anywhere from 30 to 60 seconds, as long as you can keep the tension on the glute so that the hip flexor gets a good stretch.